In this video, we are going to do some riddles.
If Tom opens the first door, he'll immediately fall into a tank full of hungry sharks.
Whoa.
The room behind the second door is filled with lethal gas. Behind the third door awaits an unescapable well full of water. And if Tom chooses the fourth door, he'll face a chainsaw-wielding serial killer.
What is up, you little dubs? My name is Mohak, and yes, today we are going to do a video, and this video is going to be a reaction video. Now, I did a reaction video a couple of weeks ago, and it was about ocean is way deeper than you think. We learned a lot in that reaction video, but now, in this video, we are going to do some riddles. So guys, I am excited to do some riddles, but guys, before we do some riddles, hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell, comment down below what you want to see in the future vids, and you can comment down below and discuss some steps, and let's react.
Riddle number 1, the secret
Alright, riddle
password.
number 1, guys.
Matt wants to get into a private club, but the entry requires a password that he doesn't know. So he steps off to the side and eavesdrops on entering club members giving the password. When one club member walks up to the door, the bouncer says 12. She replies 6 and is let in. Then another member comes to the door. This time, when the bouncer says 6, the man replies 3 and gets in.
Oh,
Matt's sure that he sees the pattern and walks up to the door.
thank you, Huff.
The bouncer says 10, and Matt replies 5. To Matt's surprise, the bouncer doesn't let him in. Can you figure out what Matt should have said to get in? You have 10 seconds to think about it.
What? So, wait, guys. So, if the guard said 12, and if the lady said 6, then the guard said 6 again, and then the guy said 3. So the guard tricked Matt and said 10. So it should have been 3. I think it's 1.5, guys. I don't really know. 1.5 I'm going for.
Do you have your answer ready? Let's see if it's the right one. Matt was actually supposed to say how many letters there are in the number that the bouncer says. The word 12 has 6 letters, and the word 6 has 3. 10 has 3 letters, so the password should have been 3. Isn't that easy?
Bam.
Riddle number 2, a mugging. A man walked into a police station claiming he had just been mugged. The police officer asked him to describe exactly what happened. So the man explained, "I was on my way to the bank, and I had $100,000 in my briefcase. Suddenly, a man wearing black clothes, a black mask, and black gloves jumped me, grabbed my briefcase, and ran away." The police officer noted a fresh cut on the man's face and asked if it were from the attack. The man replied, "Yeah, the mugger was wearing a silver ring on his left hand, and it cut me when he punched me." The police officer immediately knew that the man was lying. How did he figure it out? Time's ticking.
Wait, I don't really know this one. Maybe the robber was probably the bank, and maybe that guy with the bandage stole the money, because $100,000, come on, that's a lot of money. And I don't know why he made it like a cut. I don't know if that was actually a cut.
This one's pretty easy if you paid close attention to the man's story. You probably remember that the so-called victim said that the attacker was wearing black gloves, right? So even if the ring had cut his face through the glove, how could the man know whether the mugger's ring was made out of gold or silver or any other material?
Wait, what?
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
Oh.
Riddle number 3, Jack's dilemma. Jack has a lion, a lamb, and a bale of hay. He wants to cross a river, but there's only one boat, and it can't hold the weight of more than 2 items at a time. Jack also has to make sure that the lion doesn't eat the lamb, and that the lamb doesn't eat the hay. How can poor Jack get to the other side of the river with all 3 objects safe and sound? You have 10 seconds to find a solution.
Wait, so probably he puts the hay and the lion on the boat, and then the sheep swims, because I don't know. I think that's a good guess how we're doing. I don't really know. That's the best guess. I'm trying to guess, but I'm gonna guess.
The plan isn't all that difficult. Jack should first take the lamb across. Then he can take the bale of hay across and bring the lamb back. After that, he should take the lion across, but leave the lamb. Finally, he needs to go back for the lonesome lamb and take it across. There, all three get to the other side of the river unharmed. Let's just hope that the lion won't eat him. Oh.
Wait. Oh, but...
Riddle number 4. A life or death
I'm
decision.
getting all these wrong. Life or death decision, okay.
Tom was walking in the woods when he suddenly came upon a big house. The house looked abandoned. So Tom, in true scary movie form, decided to check it out.
Alright.
But as soon as he walked in, you know what happened. The door behind him slammed shut.
Oh, of course.
Tom found a note saying the door behind him is locked, but there are 4 unlocked doors that he can use to get out.
I'm kind of good
The
at
problem
these
is what's behind those doors. If Tom opens the first door, he'll immediately fall into a tank full of hungry sharks.
Whoa.
The room behind the second door is filled with lethal gas. Behind the third door awaits an unescapable well full of water. And if Tom chooses the fourth door, he'll face a chainsaw-wielding serial killer who murdered 100 people in 1918 alone. Dang, psycho. So, which door should Tom choose to survive?
I think I know this one.
Your 10 seconds starts now.
Wait, guys. Also, this video was made in 2018. So, guys, I think it's number 4 because the serial killer killed 100 people in 1918. So he would probably have died. So I'm guessing number 4. He has to go number 4. If this is not right, this is rigged.
What a choice to make, huh? Looks like death is behind each one. Well, death is waiting behind each door, except for the last one.
Yes!
Although the killer sounds
go.
like the
At
last
least
thing
one
you'd
right.
want to choose, he was slaying people a century ago.
Yes.
So Tom will probably just be met by a dusty old skeleton covered in cobwebs. Harmless. Well, unless you don't like dust or spiders.
Well, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. And I'm not being smart today, so I hope you enjoyed. And I have a one riddle. What am I doing today? But I hope you guys enjoyed. See you next video. Peace.